Once again, it's time for the Monday Bulletin, suplexing its way into your attention span while its tag team buddy stands by to smash the information center of your brain with the metaphorical chair of news and assorted happenings in our community from the past week. Onto the spandex-related planet-side news, our ops on Friday night went super well, with Mighty leading one squad and Burnt leading the second. We started out fighting on Indar at TI Alloys, which turned into quite the awesome fight. The TR would crash us off the point, and we would retake it a few times until we switched focus and took out the SCU, thus allowing us to win through attrition. A few explosions later, we deployed over to Allerton Biolab so that we could make an effort to defend the broadcast hub from the south, because the spawn room at broadcast hub is terrible. This ultimately ended in a hilarious grenade spam related slaughter of the teleporter room that's next to the capture point at Allerton Broadcast Hub. After this happened, Mighty had to go and eat a gigantic plate of chips, so Burnt took care of the platoon for the next few minutes. He took a squad down to the Allerton Botany Wing and they all set up a big Lancer nest that messed up a whole bunch of TR armor coming up from TI Alloys. A few fights against the NC at Broken Arch Road and Torek Recycling occurred, although in both cases the NC did a bit better than we did, although fortunately it didn't seem like a one-sided curb stomp, so well played all round, chaps. We wrapped up our Friday ops with a big old-fashioned Warpgate party, and once the concussion and EMP grenade hungover wore off, we found that we had invited 2 new members to the outfit, Steelgrin and Radish Capskin. Pope ran an air squad, while Mighty ran an infantry squad. We rolled around Amerish, generally causing havoc for a while, and had a few very cool saves at most of the bases we fought at, thanks in no small part to the air team that Pope was running. The air-to-ground efforts were amazing, and everyone had a really good time. The most notable of which was when we went to help defend Sungray Overwatch, where the air team did an amazing clear of the airspace that then allowed our ground troops to re-secure the point. In other planet-side news, we sent a squad of 6 players to go and help Briggs defeat Miller in the mortal space combat of Server Smash. We were deployed to Indar Bay Point at the opening move to capture the base, and we spent a half hour at least fighting over the base there. We eventually captured it after some assistance came down to help, and in the meantime we'd been tying up a whole lot of NC forces trying to take Indar Bay Point. Overall, we were outnumbered for the majority of the match, but we were never outgunned, and we kept moving and kept the pressure up on Miller the entire match. Thanks to Mighty, Traith, Boogie, Flaws, and Jet, and Bugs for helping us defeat the Europeans. If anyone loves 2 or so hours of video of us playing video games, Jet has streamed our squad's perspective from the match. It can be found on his Twitch page. Due to Server Smash hype, Warcraft was pretty quiet for the week. The main happenings were us sorting out our garrison invasions and having a big group trip to LFR High Mall on Sunday night, featuring Patch, Mighty, Bugs, Jet, and Flaws. Assorted shenanigans were had, and loot was found for all. We also had a brief attempt at challenge mode Orkandoon just to see what it was like. We were very glad to find that you don't take durability damage when you die in those zones. It was definitely a unique learning experience. On an incredibly serious note, we found out that the graphic for Druid healing mushrooms spins with your camera, which stopped us in our track on a dungeon while we all spun around looking at the pretty shrooms. Moving on to Warframe news, where our incredibly talented team of amazingly coordinated and powerful Tenno continue to wreak havoc across the solar system. Update 16 has arrived, and with it, the big bad raid missions are a thing. They're totally chaos and plagued with technical issues, but from the 10 minutes I played, they were pretty fun. They also have the new Warframe Chroma, whose abilities are elemental based, and you can choose which element by changing your Warframe's energy colour. For more information on the crazy, well planned out raid stuff, it's definitely worth checking out the thread on our board. On a special note, this Friday is going to be our month-end ops for March. If you know folks who haven't played for a bit who would like to come along, we'll be making an extra special effort to be organised, on the ball, and generally all around wrecking face. This concludes Bulletin number 6. If you fancy yourself as a journalistic goldmine or a knower of things that other people should know about the things that we get up to on a weekly basis, feel free to contact Mighty on our forums, and your hot tip could be distributed among the ever-growing and vast audience of people who find this kind of content interesting and or useful. Go forth and have fun.